Hi everyone, and welcome to this webinar entitled New Age Intelligence and Hybrid Business Models. My name is Luis Felipe Leitão. I work in the Customer Intelligence practice at SAS, and I will be your host for today. Before start, I would like to take a moment to introduce our presenters. Demet Yarkin, Business Lead Data, Analysis and Marketing. Demet is the General Manager of Partner Republic. She's leading the transformation programs of corporate companies working on technology, business development, customer analytics, and data-based customer experience design in banking, retail, and manufacturing. Tal Garih, Digital Transformation Strategy Specialist. Tal is currently the Strategic Planning Manager at Alarco Holding, focusing on sustainable business models, digital transformation, agility, and hybrid process together with innovation management and corporate relations. He also serves as a faculty member at BAU, where he lectures on global strategic management in the MBA program. Tal served as a chairman of the Graduate School of Business Board for 5 years and greatly values civic service and social responsibility. He's also a board member of several civil societies, associations, and foundations. Tal is also an advisory board member of Partner Republic. We have also with us my colleague Thomas Tony from the Customer Intelligence practice at SAS, EMEA. Thomas has over 15 years experience with strategic partnerships and business development in the marketing industry, enabling companies to provide outstanding omni-channel customer experience for their customers through analytics and AI to position and advise on marketing solutions. He typically works across marketing, sales, and service organizations to explore how the organizations can revolutionize and digitalize its marketing operation in order to become more data-driven and customer-centric. Before we start our questions to our panelists, I will start to give some context to you. We are in the middle of a reset, one that is already transforming the economy and what employers, customers, and our community expect of companies. Life has fundamentally changed. How many of us experience new ways of interactions with colleagues, friends, family, and companies? Millions of people are reevaluating their priorities. Flexibility, less commuting, and convenience is already part of our life. And our expectations as a consumer are constantly evolving. Recent developments and market fluctuations show us that unexpected external conditions can turn these expectations on a dime. And every business needs to be able to pivot just as sharply to meet these new, often urgent expectations. In this new scenario, brands need to implant a mindset of customer obsession within their organizations, use the gift of the new age intelligence to build customer relationships on a foundation of trust and loyalty and the knowledge that they now have about their customers to build the best experience and then automate and make it with agility. So today we will discuss how companies can use the advanced marketing technologies like AI, machine learning to benefit the hybrid business. It will also explore how marketeers can transform their organizations internally and empower their teams to execute on the customer-obsessed mindset. So let's come with my first questions to Tal. What do you think we should expect in this new world order? And how should organizations and industries be prepared for this new scenario?
Thank you so much, and great question. I'll do my best to answer it eloquently within the time allowed. But first of all, I would like to say that it's a true honor and pleasure to be amongst you fine ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for allocating your time, because at the end of the day, time, especially today, is the most valuable asset. At the end of the day, money comes and goes, but time flies away. So I'll do my best with the little time allowed, because there are many topics, as I said, and I'll do my best to use the time effectively and efficiently. Now, the new world order, I believe, consists of exponential change. It boils down to the multiplier effect. Think about it. We have seen 10 years of change within 1 month last year when COVID-19 started. Think about the doubling of information. In the 1900s, it used to take about 100 years for the information to double. 1960s, it went down to 40 years. 2015, 13 months. Today, less than a year. This means that the doubling of information will happen quite soon, within 12 hours. But our brains think linearly, not exponentially. But especially today, with COVID, within the new normal, we're seeing exponential change. And accordingly, we're seeing digital, social, strategic, and social transformations. And there are many reasons for this. There are internal and external factors for this. I mean, every company, every organization, every being has a life cycle. So organizations and companies with time can actually become young again if they transform. And at the same time, when we look at external factors, we're seeing COVID, we're seeing a changing world, we're seeing a changing context and environment, etc. And accordingly, we're also seeing a revised expectation of stakeholders. It's not just about satisfying shareholders anymore. It's about focusing on stakeholders so shareholders can benefit as well. We're seeing remote working models, we're seeing hybrid model alternatives, and data-based decision-making analyses. It's all about insight today. So we need to be smart. We need to have smart organizations, smart tools, etc. But when we're talking about these tools, we're not just talking about Industry 4.0 technologies. Yes, there's an increased interest within them, but it's all about evolving these perspectives towards Society 5.0, towards Futurism 6.0, and realizing that these technologies are just a means to an end. But what's the goal? Is a drone good or bad? I mean, it can kill many people, as Elon Musk warned us, or it can plant 1 million trees a year, one drone, as the World Economic Forum showed us. So it all depends what is our goal. Our goal should be to a sustainable environment, should be a better world for our children and a stronger society, I believe. Accordingly, to do this, we need to focus on data analytics. And we're seeing more and more areas of data analytics evolving. We're seeing new verticals, we're seeing human-centric hyper-automation, digital ecosystems, autonomous IoT, 5G, distributed cloud systems, post-classical computers, blockchain applications, AI and deep learning, of course, but it's all about meaning and value creation. These are tools to create meaning and add value. And when we look at the AI market, Forbes foresees that by 2030, it will be a $13 trillion market. 13 trillion. Deep learning revenues are going to increase 4 times within the next 5 years, says McKinsey. So accordingly, I believe that all of us, we all, regardless of what we do, we all have to focus on platform-based business models, on algorithms, on omni-channel approaches, etc. I mean, think about it, how good Facebook and Google and different algorithms and platforms know us. Stanford University did a research and they say that if we like more than 300 things, then the application or the algorithm or Facebook knows us better than our partners or our best friends. So there are many threats here as well. Manipulations through neural networks, becoming data colonies, which is why we need to lead the way, which is why we need to be data savvy, which is why we need to be smart. So we need to create sharing economies, on-demand economies, and tech-based e-commerce. And rather than think that, oh, that's the job of tech companies. No, those tech companies are data companies, and they have infiltrated everywhere, from from cars to healthcare to whatnot. So while we focus on all these technologies, we need to do it in a human-centric way because we've already reached singularity. It goes hand in hand, right? So human-centric hyper-automation. These changes are permanent. It's just going to come and go with COVID or when the health issues subside. I mean, politically, economically, socially, psychologically, digitally, we're seeing permanent changes. People are changing. We're seeing accelerated automation. We're more mobile, more remote, more productive. Communication is changing. It's all about purpose and value and sustainability. And the digitalization of our economies. So we need to focus on change management, on transformation management, on process-based cognitive change. And for this, infrastructure management, process management, innovation management. and not just focus on customer UX, employee user experience, because they're also internal customers. So we have to create agile organizations. We need to understand people. We need to understand digitalization. And then by doing so, we can reach profit, sustainable value and profit. So we need new business models. We need analytical data solutions. We need organizational culture and operational efficiency, visibility, agility, flexibility, and of course, speed. We need process automation. McKinsey says that within 9 years, 50% of jobs will be automated. A third of the workforce might employed. So we're seeing increasing data processing needs. So we need to use professionals. We need to use Partner Republic, SAS solutions, and whatnot, because it's all about an ecosystem, an approach towards an ecosystem. So we need to understand the needs of the stakeholder, and we need to work with all stakeholders. We need new customer experiences. We need commercial optimization, organizational added value creation. At the end of the day, or I think that humanity's role is not just about extrapolating data, it's also about understanding and adding meaning to that data. And for that, we need valuable professionals. But that's not enough. We also need innovative culture, values, vision, improved end-to-end experience. So deep learning, performance optimization is necessary together with digital transformation. But to do that, agile system management. To do that, we need to focus on how we organize our businesses, which fields we focus on, who performs what tasks. Will humans do this? Will algorithms do that? Will AI do other things? So how is the employee and customer experiences? That's what we need to dissect. The cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of making mistakes. And as I said, technology is the means, but the goal is a better society. So we need smart ecosystems, we need new sustainable business models, and we need positive systematic transformation. And as the late Steve Jobs says, we must begin with UX first and then work with technology, not the other way around. So as we work towards cloud applications and data usability and whatnot, people, the future, and as I said, sustainability, agility, together with an ecosystem approach. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Tal.
Thanks, Tal. Thanks so much. Actually, just to get some words from Tal, and two important points that Tal just mentioned, maybe three also we can mention. Process automation, the new business models, and of course the people is so critical in this new changing world. So in this case, I would like to emphasize the orchestration of all channels. The physical and digital should be well positioned in this picture, where speed, resiliency, and accuracy have become so critical. For instance, we do not offer our clients projects to enhance their digital experience. We prepare a design taking into account all the channels and all data sources of the customer, and we use SAS as a brain of the organism. SAS manages all channels and provides customers seamless experience through the channels. The customer can start experience on one channel, unless completing there, can continue on another channel without any loss. So this is an end-to-end actually story of our new life.
Okay. So you mentioned a little bit, Demet, about the design. So how Partner Republic designed these transformation for the companies, for the brands?
Yeah, thank you, Luis. Actually, after a detailed analysis process, we prepare a wide use case list by focusing on the business model, dynamics of the business, and expectations of our customers. We go over the list together and align with the customers, evaluate all the aspects, and shake hands with the customer. Instead of creating a broad project, actually scope, we focus on creating a phased, iterative project plan that will produce output in a short time period. After a short installation and configuration process, we begin to centralize and listen to data. We apply all the scenarios we have prepared together with the customer, and A/B testing process is started, and we use the most effective segment action combinations, taking into account the suggestions offered by artificial intelligence. And so in this way, we maximize returns by generating micro-segmentations in short periods of time and taking real-time actions in this case. Hope that is the answer, Luis.
Okay, thanks. So, yeah, tell me, Thomas.
Yeah, well, I actually think you have some really good points, Demet, because as you said, the microsegmentation is a really important part, because looking at the digital transformation and how we kind of want to create the old face-to-face real-time contact with the customers, but in the digital space, and there we need the microsegments to do that. Because if we look at traditional analyze solution in the marketing, they often use batch processing, and data is collected over a given time, then it's processed, and then the communication is done in another time, and then it might be too late. But again, why this still have its place, it is a solution that has severe drawbacks when looking at how customer behavior rapidly changed. So yes, definitely good experience design is behind all successful project, and it is the component of a good customer experience. But Demet, maybe you can elaborate a bit more on what methods should be followed while creating these designs?
Yeah, thank you. We actually following and making sense of footprints of the customers. So we get some idea actually from these footprints first. And integrating all the channels in a central brain of organizing seamless transactions between the channels, which is end-to-end actually experience, moving from rule-based flows to AI-powered decisions. The third and the most important part as well, producing the microsegments, modeling customer behaviors, and preparing the life cycles in line with the outputs, and seeing experience as a continuous learning cycle that never stops. Observing the market, competitors, and customer expectations, as well as internal dynamics, and benefiting from these observations in process design. Actually, this is the main steps that we follow for the elaboration. And how do we do this? Maybe the second question about this item we can ask. Actually, we provide tailor-made solutions according to industry and business. Of course, the banking and the retail have different dynamics, as we mentioned, determining the level of personalization based on customers' data sources and data access potentials, seeing and showing the big picture with a holistic approach. So the customer will see what they will get at the end of this project or program.
Okay. Thanks, Demet. So for you, Thomas, yeah, I know that we can talk a lot about technology. It's mainly with you. Basically, I know that you love to talk about technology, about CI and CX, etc. But beyond technology, which are the other factors that can contribute to become agile and to create the hybrid business model?
Yeah, well, thank you for the question, Luis. I think it's important because when being ready and prepared for the hybrid digital transformation often means major challenges and efforts for many companies, and it implies fundamental changes to almost all aspects of a traditional organization. And also to understand, digital transformation is key to put people and processes above technology. The customer experience, doesn't just belong to one department, and transformational approach includes several stakeholders. And going through new ways means taking a look at the big picture. I don't think it's only about using the latest technology or having a cool app out there or improving some individual collaboration processes. It's about the whole setup. It's technology, it's processes, organization, and it's also about the human being. But I think maybe let's give you an example from one of our big insurance companies, because they have created a matrix with dedicated customer journey responsible persons to take the dialogue and coordinate with the rest of the business and divisions on what it is they want to the customers to experience. And then on the other level, they have the domains. They have a CX domain, which focus on the customer experience in all channels. They have brand management, deliveries, contents, and communication, and align the expression across all channels. And then they have channels and traffic management, And they will bring all channels together, both the traditional direct channels and the new digital channels. And so they now work closely together, share experience, and together they ensure that the conversation is optimized at every stage in every channel. And finally, the omni-channel management, who ties everything together as they orchestrate, plan, execute, and measure on the customer journey across all channels. Then they break it down. They're running, sprints, value streams, where different specialist resources from the domains are working closely together in order to deliver the optimal, omni-channel customer journey. I think it is very important because in the coming years, the world will change more quickly. As Tal said, things are changing based on the COVID and how things and dates and channels, everything is being connected, and it will more quickly become more and more technology driven, which is fueling the needs for organizations to become agile and to create a hybrid business model. But Tal, what is your thoughts on the hybrid business model?
In Turkish, there's a saying, ağzınızdan bal akıyor, which basically means that honey is coming out of your mouth, everyone here. So I'm really enjoying, and I wish we had more time to get into more depth. But really, great key points, and it brought some ideas. So if you don't mind, I would like to share my thoughts about what you said, Thomas. It's all about sustainable culture. It's all about values at the end of the day. And there's a nice saying, be agile or fragile. But again, what are we talking about when we talk about agile system management? We're talking about strategy for people, strategy for structures, strategy for technologies, and strategy for processes. So it's a holistic framework. It's not just about IT or digitalism or the CTO's job. It's about working together to transform the company, together with values, together with innovation. And not transforming becomes an existential threat. And of course, one size doesn't fit all. But I think that usually a hybrid model is going to work well for most companies from now on. But again, it's about people, right? So there's a new C-level title today, CWO, Chief Wellness Officer. To working together with the CHRO, CTO, and everyone else. It's all about happiness. We want to be happy. And unfortunately, only 40% of workers are claiming they're happy today, says Ted. And when they compared companies with happy employees compared with those with unhappy employees, companies with happy employees have 3 times the revenue increase, 50% less turnover, etc. How do people become happy? When there's purpose, when there's trust. There's a nice saying, that who doesn't trust enough won't be trusted. Think about it. It's about initiative. It's about meaning. And of course, you need data analytics to get this right. You need data analytics to manage this. You need entrepreneurial spirit. You want people not to work within the box. You want them to get out of the box. It's not just about rewarding. It's about empowering. It's about understanding. It's about analyzing. It's about being smart. That's what I mean when I say smart ecosystem. And that's why I'm saying that we need to work with professionals to transform effectively. We need new office designs, hot desking, gamifications. There's no innovation in my company. If you're going to sit all day next to the same person every day, I mean, how can it be innovative? So we need cross-functional project teams, based teams in our organizational systems. We need collaborations when it comes to technology, purpose, strategy, and culture. We need agility, which means leadership, less hierarchy, performance and productivity management, smart cockpits and dashboards and other reporting tools, basically real-time data analysis with revised HR procedures and feedback channels, integrated with AI, and so you can enable trust and teamwork and smart data solutions together with, and of course we need security infrastructure, but it all goes hand in hand. But we need to follow emotions, attract talent, have faster, stronger decisions. And basically, when we talk about AI integration, we're talking about how we can modernize our data estate for an AI and multi-cloud world. And we need to make this data simple and accessible and create a strong analytical foundation. So what I'm saying is, that we should focus on culture and people, then on strategy and technology. I mean, you can have the best strategy on all the tools, but if the people are not right, nothing is going to come out of it. If the culture is not right, you cannot get the right people anyhow. So the goal is to become sustainable, happier, innovative, quick, smart, profitable, productive. And for this, we need vision. For this, we need insight. For this, we need smart solutions and smart ecosystems. And for this, we need to create new sustainable business models. And for this, we need you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Luis.
Okay, yeah. Okay, just before close our discussion here, I have the last question, a quick questions to Demet. Demet, what are the advantages and disadvantages faced by brands in order to realize these transformations nowadays?
Yeah, thank you. For the advantages, actually compared to pre-pandemic periods, they now face a more ready customer profile for digital solutions, so they are more serving for that. And they can evaluate the results of completed projects much faster than before. We can talk about a common momentum as the whole market has developed for these issues, even if at different scales, and is moving the same direction. This provides an advantage for all players in this digitalization, actually, transformation period. So for disadvantage, the customer is not a loyal. They used to be, and they are very demanding, highly aware, and because they listen lots of solution in this period of time, often do not give the brand a second chance in the bad experience. Competitors are compelling and market conditions change very quickly. So that's why speed, flexibility, personalized services become actually more important than before. Actually, this is the main subject, Luis.
Okay. Thanks, Demet. I'm 100% with you, Demet. And brands should work with ready customer profile digital solutions. Definitely, this is great. And thank you again to Tal, Demet, and Thomas for chatting with us today. And on behalf of myself and SAS, we hope you enjoy our webinar. And thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.